everywhere in Grand Community. Yes, you heard me right. There is good news everywhere in Grand Community. Ladies and gentlemen, in Grand Community, subscribers of Grant, uh, our disbursement is fully ripe for harvest. Disbursement of Grant is fully ripe for harvest. So, all subscribers, prepare yourself. All subscribers of Grant in Grand Community, prepare your house and put yourself together and put your house in order. The celebration we long waited for is here finally. Even when it seems as if it won't happen again due to the delay we are experiencing in grant community in disbursing of this grant and the goalpost shifting this week, this month, next month thing makes it seem as if it's all lies, so it's not gonna happen. But while you are still brooding over the thought of the fact that with the way this thing has shifted, the way the goalpost is being shifted, or the shifting of the goalposts, and the disappointment in failure in delivery of these grants, while you are still brooding over that and wondering whether it is real, whether the grant is even existing or not, before you know it, green light will shine through from other avenue, from the extreme end. You just see light shimmering at the extreme end, a green light of hope and green light of encouragement or courage. All right, that is how it is. Okay, and that is how we're going to be experiencing it. It seems as if it is real. Some other times it seems as if it's not real. It seems as if it's going to happen now. Some other times it seems as if there's nothing to be disbursed. You see, uh, grand community is full of ups and down. Different kind of stories and all, and on and on. But my people, what I'm here to assure you today is that you are going to be in the midst of all this, shifting of goalposts and delay and, all the stories up and down, left, right, and everything, when the thing will be delivered suddenly. That is what I sense, and that is what I'm telling you now. The celebration is seriously loading now as I'm talking to you. To those of you that are chatting me and calling me to find out the outcome of the meeting that was held the day before yesterday, on that was on Wednesday. The meeting that was held between the government officials and the IMF officials or IMF IMF staff. All right. The meeting was due to the deliberation on uh, government trying to postpone the disbursement. A lot of people, some of us, or majority of us, wanted the grant to be disbursed before the Muslim festival, Muslim celebration, which is the before the Salah. All right, but the government were trying you know, to make it happen after the Salah, and then the IMF, in the other hand, IMF are looking at it, with the high or from the perspective of the populace, the subscribers in Ghana community wanting it to happen before before Salah celebration. Okay, but the government officials insisted on pushing it till after the Salah, and which was the reason why the meeting was waiting on Wednesday. The IMF tried to push it to see how they can influence the government to make sure the grant is disbursed before Salah. But at the end of the day, it was the government. It was the government overrule the IMF opinion, government opinion, and government orders overruled that of IMF at the end of the day in that meeting. Right, it was now concluded in the meeting held on Wednesday, just a day before yesterday, uh, that it has finally been concluded that the disbursement have to commence after the Salah. After the Salah. So that is the outcome of the meeting held, that was held on Wednesday. All right, ladies and gentlemen, uh, I decided to come your way today, being the Friday the 28th of March, 2025, to update you concerning the activities in Grand Community as per the stage we are concerning the disbursement that we are expecting. All right. So the stage we are right now is that disbursement is going to commence after the Salah. So there is hope for us. There is hope for us in Grand Community. We shouldn't lose hope. And to some of you that are agitating, agitating based on the fact that it has already been concluded that disbursement is going to commence after the Salah. Most people are fighting hard. Most people are still kicking against it, uh, trying to kick the dust in Grand Community, trying to stir up the dust. We don't allow the left to settle in Grand Community. All right. Some of you are still kicking against that fact or the ideology of the government influence that disbursement should not commence before Salah, but rather it should be after Salah. Many people are still kicking against it and itching and you know say all sort of things as though they have the power to influence the intention or the order, the instruction of the government. Okay, those of you that are still fighting it hard, saying all sort of things, abusing and cursing and all sort of things that you're saying just because of the fact that the grant is not disbursed before Salah, but rather it's going to be after Salah. Hmm. What if they even push you are trying to do as if you have any power to do anything against the government? All right. You don't even thank God. You're supposed to even be thanking God that they didn't say there is not going to be grant. I mean, there's not going to be disbursement. You're supposed to be thanking God, or we ought to be thanking God. Because even if they have said it's not going to happen until after Easter, or even they push it to December this year, is there anything any one of us can do? None of us in Grand Community, or even as a citizen of this country, there is nothing we can do. We can't fight it. We can't fight the government and win over them. Even if they have said there's not going to be any disbursement until December, after Christmas, December, is there anything we can do? Can we fight them? We only shout and talk, and nobody's even hearing our voice because everything hence all our voices and our shouting hence on our social on our platforms in the group on WhatsApp and where have you, or on the channels on social media. After the ranting and the shouting on social media, what else can we fight the government? Government has the final say. They are the final authority apart from God. Okay, so the fact that they even said it's going to be after Salah, we should be happy and still thanking God, praising Him and praying that shouldn't shift, beyond that. That should happen. God should make it happen for us, not to be fighting and cursing and trying to stir up the dust in Grand Community you know, to start trouble and all that. That is not the way to go. That's not the right way to do things. Even at this stage, now that it has been finalized that disbursement will kickstart after Salah, we are supposed to still be thanking God and commit it to God's hand. That God, in His infinite mercy, should make it happen as they have said. That God should make it happen as they have said. Let it not shift again. That should be our prayers now, not to be abusing and to be shouting and you know. So, ladies and gentlemen, all hope is not lost. All hope is not lost. There is no panicking. There is no cause for panic or fear, no cause for worries or panic. Okay, so let us just relax and continue in prayer. And yeah, continue in prayer instead of worries. Let's continue in prayer instead of worries or panicking. Let's commit it to God's hand. The faithful is He that has begun a good work in us in Grand Community, to all the subscribers in Grand Community, and He shall surely perfect it. Our God is a faithful God, and He will surely perfect it. You know, so let's continue in prayer while we are expecting it disbursement to happen after Salah as they have promised. So uh, everywhere is green, and everything is still in order, and God is in control of the affairs in Grand Community, and it shall happen the way God has planned it, and it will surely end in praise. Hopefully, next week, by the special grace of God, there'll be jubilation and celebration everywhere. So don't give up on hope. Don't worry, and take care of yourself, and listen to this update that I want to share with us, just to buttress the point that I'm making, just to buttress this point that everywhere is green and everything is in order, that next week, by the special grace of God, after Salah, the next is our disbursement by the special grace of God. So listen to this.
I've been so much concerned about the feelings of all of you. And I'm so, always carried away with how you people are feeling, including me. So invariably, how all of us are feeling. Most of us are already overwhelmed with challenges, problems, some ugly situations, some ugly circumstances. So, but one thing I know is that there is a God in fears of men. The Lord that has been faithful for years is still that same God that is faithful today. God, the Bible says this same Jesus is forever the same yesterday, today, and forever. So that same God that has been keeping us for the last 9 years is still the same God. I will have addressed the house since morning, but I want to lay hands on a direct source of information whereby I'll be able to stand by whatever I get as an information. Because a lot of information has been flying. Yes, some of them are genuine, but I always want to be sure of whatever information I want to dish out to you people. So at this juncture, I just want to encourage us and has taken over the battle of our lives. And that same God is forever sure. It has been confirmed that disbursement will kickstart from next week, mostly from Wednesday. If Monday and Tuesday are not public holiday, it will have started on Monday. But because it is public holiday, they have no option now to start from Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and so on. So please, the battle was so severe, so tough, but then God fought it for us. Please, one thing I just want you to believe, to just think about, stop saying next week about this last time. It is no longer the issue of next week, next month. It's no longer the issue of Naso then they do. This one now has gone beyond Naso it they be. Please, I want to encourage every one of us to stay put. You need to encourage and put yourself together, because already not even Satan will stop what God is about to do in Nigeria. The first thing is to believe that there is grant. Second thing, believe if there is disbursement. Third thing, believe that we are there now. And of course, I tell you the whole truth, we are there now. Now, don't mind all these last minute challenges. So I know somebody will say, now so then they do. Next week again, they go give another reasons for not. Please, it has gone beyond that. Those handling the situation now is beyond the issue of now so then they do. So please, put yourself together. Begin to celebrate yourself. Begin to trust God. Begin to warm up. Dust your plans. Put your house in order. The issue is settled. That's why I've not addressed you, even with all the information flying since yesterday. No. I want to lay hands on most authentic info that my people will have at hand. So please, just believe God. It's all about next week. A completely different next week in quote. Please, here's this one. Disbursement is already in. We are in the season. Please put yourself together. Put yourself together. Refuse Satan from getting you depressed. Refuse Satan thinking that you have lost. Refuse the cry and the talk of the mockers. Refuse the cry and the talk of those ones that are laughing at you because you are putting your money in this. Several complaints I've had how people, in fact, how some wives were being embarrassed by their husband, how some husbands were being embarrassed by their wives, how some family have been embarrassed by their children. That say, stop it, this is scam, this is scam. The money she used to eat, is what you are investing into a scam. It is not a scam. I just can't wait for this money to launch out so that everyone that has laughed at us will come to celebrate with us. Genesis 21 verses. You know, that is what Sarah said. Said, those that laugh at me will now come to laugh with me. So let them keep laughing at you. They are still returning in just a question of 1 week to laugh with you. The God that kept us since 9 years, 7, 6, is that same God that will keep us in just this about 1 week. So please put your house together. Everything is all right. I'm the one telling you. Everything is all right. Everything is all right. Thanks very much. I really celebrate you. I really celebrate you. You know, it's the most painful aspect of it is yesterday about 2 people called me and said, oh, they began to send some information to me, one stupid information flying around that CBN is a scam, government is a scam, partners is a scam. No matter the source of where that information is coming from, please discard it. It's rubbish, fake, stupid message. That message is nonsense. It's a killer. You know, it's on a mission to destroy, to pull down and damage many souls. So please, that message is from the pit of hell. Throw it away. So because of that, somebody even called me and say, I wanted to even add more to what I have before, as the expectation is so close. But because of this information, I laughed that if you accept that information, you are coming to regret you listening to that information. You listen to that information because of that, you don't invest, you're on your own. So may the Lord bless you. May the Lord bless you so much.